Alright, I've rearranged our controls. I'll explain what these are real quick. Here's our chat. Not really a control as such. Here's our power management. Right now, your ships have 4 power systems: weapons, shields, engines, and auxiliary. Weapons are your guns, shields, shieldies. Engines control how fast you go and how fast you turn. And auxiliary is for science-y stuff. Special abilities, launching fighters, and weird things like that. Right now I have my power management set, so basically all power is going to weapons, because I'm that kind of person. Over here we have our ship display. Our hull is at 100%. Our shields on all 4 facing are full. We have no crew, because it's just me and Tovin on the ship right now. Tovin Kev is here in my bridge officer display. He has 1 skill of use: torpedo, high yield. Down here we have other ship abilities. This is cloak, this is fire photon torpedo, or plasma torpedo rather, and this is equalize our shield. So basically it diverts shield power from shields that aren't full to, or shield powers from shields that are full to those that aren't. So let's get moving. This right here is our singularity generator. It's the Romulan gimmick. And this right here is our weapon system control, so we can see what weapons are firing and what they're doing. Let's approach this derelict ship right here and see if we can loot it.
This'll do nicely. We just need a little more salvage.
Hey, look at that. There's another derelict ship out there.
Use W and S to move up or down. Use A and D to turn left or right.
Thank you, Invisible Voice. This is our ship. The Candy. It is the classical Romulan Warbird. It's also over 200 years old. So, there's not a problem that it was sitting out mothballed under private ownership.
Weapons are online. Let's test them out on some of these derelict ships nearby. They're not shielded, so we can just use our torpedoes to finish them off.
You must be within 10 kilometers of an enemy to attack it.
Yay, hooray. As you can see, the derelict ship out there is at 13 kilometers, so we'll just slowly mosey up to it. Anyhow, I mean, in the really real world, people own weapons from World War I and World War II and the Civil War and stuff. I figure, 400 years on out in the future, people will own starships 200 years old. Basically, as long as it can make warp and hold an atmosphere, somebody somewhere is going to have use for a starship.
Use your torpedo to attack enemies who...
Yeah. Beam weapons are good against shields.
Scrap neutronium. We could use that to reinforce the hull of this old Warbird.
Why yes, why not? Anyhow, yes, you do in fact loot the dead, even in space. Anyhow, beam weapons, like our plasma beams there, are good against shields, while photon torpedoes, or plasma torpedoes, are incredible against hull, but just go splutch
Loot
against
the item
shields.
dropped by the ship by flying toward it and pressing F.
Or we could just take items. Scrap neutronium.
3 more of these should get this hull good to go.
Oh good, because the other one's in range. Torpedo away.
Ship is under attack.
Good shot.
Torpedoes have a cooldown time, so you just can't, unload them forever and ever.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Vex would be happy to see this old Warbird get some use.
I don't know if scrapping derelicts is use, really, but...
I think it's safe to say weapons are fully online.
I'd say that.
Time to take out the tall Shi'ar satellites dead ahead.
Use your plasma beam to weaken shielded targets.
Let's start on the end of their line and just chew our way up. We're going to go to full impulse speed if I can. Nope, it will deny me. Full impulse speed basically throws all your power into speed and shuts down all your other systems. You can't do it in combat, but out of combat's always a good time. And it's just yelling at us still. So we'll slow boat our way past these long 2 kilometers into weapon range. Come on. Little more. Burn!
Target shield. Use your torpedoes on an enemy when their shield is down.
Our ship's computer helpfully tells us when shields are down, so we know when to torpedo
You must
someone.
be out of combat to hail Tovan Kev. The red alert message at the top of your screen will appear if you are in combat.
Right. So as soon as that red
Great.
alert goes
All
away,
systems are go and full impulse
we get
is back
keved.
online. I'm picking up a distress signal nearby. It must be people from the colony. More colonists managed to escape the surface.
let's go save those colonists.
The distress signal is close. Searching. There! We have to help them!
Why not? Rom.
Activate full impulse by clicking on the arrow. Deactivate full impulse by clicking on it again.
And into combat we go. Full power to engines, Mr. Kev. Even at full impulse, it takes us a little while to close the distance, which is just as good since many of our abilities have cooldowns on them. We can
Turn off full impulse. There's a tall Shi'ar drone dead ahead.
we can eat up that cooldown during our travel time. The Tal Shiar drone has no shields, so we're going to fire a full torpedo brace at it. That's our heavy plasma torpedo.
Hover your mouse over a weapon, and its firing arc will be shown around your ship in space.
It does a lot of damage. That's Tovin's special skill.
I'm back on the bridge, and I figured out how I can improve our torpedoes. Just give me the order, and I'll get started. Scanners are picking up more colonists and tall Shi'ar nearby. We have to rescue our friends.
Good to have you on the bridge, Kev.
Activate high-yield torpedo by clicking on the icon or pressing Alt and 1.
See how the cooldown's going right now? We won't be able to activate it until that's finished. But we can fire standard torpedoes. And there it goes, and good enough. You too, get a torp.
High-yield torpedo will increase the power of your next torpedo attack.
We need to come around on him to fire our torpedoes. They're front-mounted. Fortunately, his particular power can wait up to 30 seconds before you fire it. We're in range. Heavy plasma torpedo away. And let's beam aboard those colonists, shall we?
Thank you, Lawrence. We thought we were done for.
Wait till you meet your captain. But we have more people to save. Bigger ships tend to be faster than this tiny little newbie ship, so we'll be able to close distance without such trouble later. Let's give him a torpedo. Isn't it nice that our 200-year-old scrapped Warbird is able to compete with modern warships? Apparently DeVex kept this thing up. And a Tal Shiar drone. Let's give it the big gun. Heavy plasma torpedoes, as you can see, are quite a bit slower than normal. Torpedoes come in a remarkable variety of flavors.
I think it's safe to say we're a fully operational ship. I'm getting an alert. There's another distress signal coming in from one of the colony's shuttles. We can do a short-range warp jump to get to them. Do you want to go now, or stay here to wipe out any other incoming drones? They look like they'll be coming in to do sweeps in the area.
Let's warp to the next area, because I know how ships work. Hello.
There aren't any colonists here. Just this strange ship. I've never seen anything like this in my life. It's gigantic. Engineering reports that the ship has scanned us, but they're not responding to my hails. What should we do?
Let's scan them back. It probably wants us to get close to scan them. This, of course, is probably the silliest thing we can do, but whatever. It's a tutorial. Let's casually mosey into weapon range, shall we? Hello. Didn't see that coming, huh?
They've done something to the ship. Nothing is responding. I can't even warp us out of here. I think I might be... We're getting a reply. They seem to be rearranging our words and sending them back. Listen. I'm picking up another ship. This one is Tal Shiar. It's decloaking.
Oh good. Even better. What just happened?
So the Alachi were right. A handful of pitiful Romulan refugees managed to escape. When will you colonists learn that no matter how far you run, you cannot escape your obligations?
You can tell he's a bad guy because he talks like this.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Colonel Hakiv of the Tal Shiar. On behalf of the Romulan Star Empire, I hereby lay claim to this colony and all of its inhabitants. Surrender now, and I will ensure that you serve us in the way you are most suited.
Nah.
Fire weapons at will.
This is the mayor of the Romulan Republic. Tell Star Vessel to stand down immediately.
As it turns out, I have weapons too.
Tamer, how fortunate! I can destroy both of you.
While he's busy with them, we'll just lay into him with everything we've got. His front shield is down, so we can torpedo him. Our front shield isn't looking too good either.
Check on a shield that is low on power.
We can transfer power directly to shields. So if there's a specific shield which is causing us problems, we can feed it energy. It's also good just to maneuver, to put a fresh shield face into the other guy's guns. It looks like we have two friends here. Ow. Something just happened.
My eye! So the insect has managed to sting me. You think you won? This is not the end. Even now, more of my ships are on their way. And the next time, you won't have anyone to protect you.
Don't cross my path again, Hakiv. Book it. We'll take your modern warship and our 200-year-old junk pile, and you will like it.
I am Tamer, commander of the Romulan Republic. We picked up your distress signal while on a mission in a nearby system. I would say we arrived just in time, given your ship's condition. Who are you? And what happened here?
Let's explain our sordid story.
I am truly sorry. This is not the first time I've heard a story like this. And I fear it will not be the last. And these Alachi creatures, they are troubling. We need to know more about them, and why they're working with a snake like Hakiv. I appreciate your willingness to do what's right. I'm transmitting the coordinates of our flotilla to your ship now. When you arrive, we can repair your vessel and work out our next move. Thank you again. I'll make sure you won't regret your decision.
It is my honor to assist in this fight.
I don't know how I feel about this, but I guess signing with Tamer is better than risking death on our own. And he did help us out with the Tal Shiar. The coordinates are loaded up whenever you're ready to go. I think the colonists we rescued are eager to get someplace safe.
Indeed. Warp us to the flotilla. Chunk, 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 chunk. Apparently I need to work on my settings here, but it's something we can work out.
Greetings. I am Sub-Commander Nadell, Assistant to Commander Tamer.
You're also a witch.
Follow me to the Commander's quarters. There is much to discuss. Commander, our guests have arrived.
Excellent. I'll get them up to speed. There's much to do.
I'll be glad to show one of you around, while the other stays and talks with Tamer.
I'll take the tour, and then meet you back on the ship when you're ready.
Have fun. And this is us, on the Romulan flotilla. Obviously, a star empire controlling dozens of planets would have thousands, if not tens of thousands of ships in space when their homeworld was destroyed. Many of those formed up in a refugee fleet, and this is it. The flotilla. Let's talk to Tamer.
We're counting on you.
I'm here to join the fleet. Funsack, good to see you and Tov and Kev made it to the flotilla of the new Romulan Republic. To be brief, we are a group... excuse me. Excuse me a lot. Just one moment. Okay. To be brief, we are a group that was founded by Titan to combat the tyranny of Empress Sella and her Tal Shiar. Our goal is to unify the shattered Romulan people under a new democracy instead of Sela's tyrannical rule. There is much to do, however, and I can answer any questions you might have. Well, there's a lot of talkie here, but we're not in this for talkie, we're in this for shooty. What's next? What's next is that you receive our uniform and get a tour of the flotilla. After that, you'll receive your first assignment. However, you must understand that by joining us, you mark yourself as an enemy to the Tal Shiar. I don't think that's a concern, considering. Hakiv and his people will see you as a threat, and there isn't anything they won't do to stop you. Ugh. Are you ready to accept that, Funsack? Deal me in. Good. You should get yourself down to Lieutenant Delethium. You can get a uniform from him if you want to change out of those civilian clothes. And, wipe away all the blood. You can also have your ship modified. We can't get you into a more powerful vessel yet, but we can change the appearance of the candy if you want. When you're done, return to your ship. I should have your first assignment ready and sent to your ship by then. Excellent. And this is the millions of things we receive for completing the tutorial. Lots of stuff.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Bum 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 bum. And that's the tutorial mission. This is the Romulan flotilla.
Click here or press K to bring up your skill points menu.
That's Invisible Voice. This Drunk is Funsack, and I've been your host, Nelson Williams. Thank you for watching.